It's a hashtag feud, the tension brews, opinions clash like unstoppable views. A digital brink where patience shatters with each post and each fiery scatter just retweets, clashes and echoes of grins. They say that the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, mine's a keyboard, so go to war if that's what makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline. It's like a drug, it's poison in my mind. My thumb is the trigger, and I've got you in my sights. And if it's all part of God's plan, I'd like to have a word with him. I'm not a fan, so take me to war. I hope it makes you feel alive. I'll take it personally, but won't take it offline.
All right, welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole. I'm just going to get to the point because it's a busy day today. Here, I never understand why people start streams with music. If you're not ready, just push the start later. No, you know why people, and let me explain to you why people put music on before they start, because when you're streaming, you play a little music for people to show up. All right, that's why we do it. Everybody does it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, because I'm not really in the mood, dude, whoever you are. All right. But yeah, people like, you know what, just because of that, let me play another damn song. Screw you.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed. When I lay me down to die, I'm going up to the Twiggy in the, going on up to the Twiggy in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. I die. I'm gonna bite the snack that I love best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a Twinkie if you wanna trust. Just saying, Lordy, I'm so spread. Gonna meet the Twinkie in the sky. Never been a sinner. I've got a sweet tooth. I got an orange sponge cake, a creamy truth. So when I die, don't ask me why. I'm going G up to the Twinkie in the sky. Going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna snack on the Twinkie I love best.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
Oh, hi, Siren. I see that you saw that I gave you a wrench, and obviously this person is like, I'm very familiar with Liz and Hoax Wars. Ruin it for everyone. They play 30 minutes an hour of music before actually starting. I get that, but you know what? I created these songs to just, I usually play maybe 2 or 3, okay? Because usually by that time somebody shows up. But today there's more people quicker, so I was going to just play 2. But you know, I'm a little bit rebellious, and Hoax basically plays, you know, Hoax, and Liz and you know, Blazin Scar. They play copyrighted music. I don't do that anymore. I create my own music. So, you know, with my own lyrics in it, and you know, I took the time to do it. So if I want to play it, if I want to play 2 or 3 songs, you know what? People can just wait. I do like that they're not garbage songs only junkies will listen to. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. All right. I guess, is their target audience junkies? I don't know. I really, really don't know. Okay, so hey, Lord of Darkness, you know what? I was looking for you too. Oh, it's Lord of Darkness 3301. I'm gonna give you a wrench too as well, Lord of Darkness. When we get to Siren, it took me a while to find you. Yeah, I'm adding wrenches. I'm adding wrenches to the mix. All right, so first I want to talk about you know, one of the big conflicts, really for me, one of the only reasons to talk about Blazin. I mean, yeah, I'm tired of her, you know, talking about me for 2 years, saying stuff, but it's the racism that she exudes on her YouTube channel. You know, like the Holocaust denying, you know, calling Urban Disciple the N-word, and you know, the saga with Adam Camacho, you know, because Blaze put herself in the mix of that. I just want to play this part about, you know, like what she says. And I personally, I just find this to be really offensive. And, you know, like, for example, also like when I was doing my black bean soup, she called it beaner soup. So she's been derogative about me because I'm half Mexican, I guess. And, you know, so she's got a problem with people of different races that aren't white. So let's just listen to this for a second.
You add me to your list of enemies on every fucking stream. Why am I in your roll call?
Maybe because
Why am I in your
I
roll call,
warned you
bitch?
and warned you to shut up about me, or I was going to start talking about you.
I didn't say
And
shit
you
about
didn't
you.
give a
You did.
Okay, so basically, he's asking her, why are you talking about me? Why? Because Blazin just inserts herself in drama. All right. She's got to be a part of it. But here we go.
Did it first.
Oh,
You did
I've
it
got
first.
the screen shares. I'm
sure you do, you fucking stalking bitch. You're crazy.
That's right. She is a stalker.
Jesse,
Just like,
because of what's
just
going
like these
down.
other schizo grandmas out here that screenshot everybody's business. You're
right? Schizo grandmas.
fucking crazy.
Well, I don't have any proof, but if I had the proof, then I'm assessed.
You never have any proof, Blazin. You just take lies that were created by Thomas Schoenberger. You gang up on me with Thomas Schoenberger and Patrick, and Denise is now in your pocket when before you guys didn't get along. You guys all move around like little jumping. What are those little beans that I don't mean like, we're those packets that would warm your hand up and they had these little grainy bean feels to them. Anyways, jumping beans.
You see how this works, Adam? You are no.
See how this works, Adam? You see how this works, Adam? How does it work, Blazin?
Yeah, both ways. You're a fucking lying hypocrite psychopath.
No matter what, Adam, you're
Yeah,
right.
You're a liar, Blazin. Flat out.
Just support
Yeah,
Mexican
both ways.
victims. Yeah, you're
See,
just.
there you
Oh,
go.
why you got
Go back. Let's go back. She's going to call him a poor Mexican.
both ways? You're a fucking lying hypocrite psychopath.
No matter what, Adam, you're
Yeah,
right.
just-
You're just support
yeah,
Mexican
both ways.
victims. Yeah, you're just.
Oh, why you got to say Mexican? Why do you got to say Mexican?
Because that's what you are.
So
Right?
So why do you got to bring that into it?
Oh, wait, okay. Victim card, race card. Now let's play that. Now, come on.
Okay, see how she gaslights him? Victim card, race card. Not only is she calling him out, calling him a not just a Mexican, but a poor Mexican. Okay. No, realize she says the word poor in front of it. Like as if Mexicans don't have money. As if they're lower class. That's what she's saying basically to him. It's an insult. You're not just a Mexican, you're a poor Mexican. It's gross. It's just gross to me. Gross.
You see how this works, Adam? You are nobody.
Yeah, both ways. You're a fucking lying hypocrite psychopath.
No matter what, Adam, you're
Yeah,
right. You're just support Mexican
both ways.
victims. Yeah, you're just.
Oh, why?
She says you're just a poor Mexican victim. That's racist, Blazin. Flat out racist.
You got to say Mexican. Why do you got to say Mexican?
Because that's what you are.
So
Right?
So that's what. Like, should we say you're white? You're a white person? What difference does it make? And then she's going to gaslight him and say that he's playing the victim racist card. Just like what Blazin does. Oh, you're the victim. I can bully you all I want. I can spread all the lies I want about you. But you're the victim if you say anything about it.
So
why do you got to bring that into it?
Oh, wait, okay. Victim card, race card. Now let's play that. Now, come on.
Am I bringing up your race?
Right. Am I bringing up your race?
Come on.
Am I bringing
up your race? What was the point to bring up his race? Blazin. Let me see. She calls Urban Disciple the N-word like 3 times and then laughs in his face. It doesn't take responsibility. I think that she's entitled to say something like that. She calls him a Mexican. Said my video when I was making black bean soup, she called it beaner soup. And yes, you did, Becky. And, I have shown it in my podcast on Spotify and it's on my Rumble. It's on here. Of you denying the count of people in the Holocaust and showing footage of it and then tagging my name in it There was no Holocaust, Terry Joyce Randolph. You are the stereotype, Blazin. And you know what? If you continue to do it, I'm going to call you out for it. Because I can't stand it. I think it's offensive. Oh, she's probably... Hey, Sewer King, I gave you a wrench too. I got to get the Lord of Darkness in there. I need the link so I can have you show some original Denise content before you end. Yeah. Are you wanting to send that to right here in the chat? Yeah, I mean, if you want to put the link here, let's do it. I'm gonna show Denise's stream from, I guess it was like, when I looked at it this morning, it was like 12 hours ago. And so let's look at this for a second. I'm gonna move off of, what else can you say about Blazin Scar except that she's a drama larper and a racist? I don't even know what, okay, end of story. Move on. There's nothing to see here. And I saw a comment from Urban Disciple. He says, well, if you ignore her, she'll go away. She hasn't. I ignored Blazin Scar for over a year, and she kept talking about me. And not only that, but she tried to find me on Facebook even before she started talking about me. And her only reason to do it, she says, is because she was backing Patrick and Thomas Schoenberger. And by the way, let me also mention now, which I wrote in my article on notmyrabbithole.com, that Blazin is one of the people that Thomas threatened, said publicly that he was willing to give my private information to. I am going to start to take like legal action against people, and I'm really working on. I'm going to start with David Schurter first. I'm going to file a civil harassment suit for defamation of character. When I get that done, and I know how to do that on my own, I'm going to come after you, Becky, and Thomas, and everybody else. I think it's time to make it stop. I'm done. I'm done with you, Becky. I'm done. And now we know who Hoax is. I can do it to Hoax too. Because I have no apologies. There's some channel called, well, Denise will go into it, Mituation, that she reads off. Some hoax crap. But let's look at Denise. Corpus Christi Police Report is the title of it. Oh, yeah, I should do fair use. Oh, StreamYard link. I get it. Okay. Here. Let me give you, I see what you're saying. I guess, guests can stream this to their own destinations. Branded welcome for guests. Okay, hopefully I'm doing this right. Or I can just also send you this to... Okay, that's how you can join me. Maybe you can copy and paste that. But you know what? I'm gonna... Let me find you on X. I'm gonna send it to your DM, because I still don't know how to do that thing where you put your, like you put it on, so people can click on it to join. I should watch a tutorial. I just never, here, I'm sending it. It's in your DM right now. So whenever you want to join me, come ahead, go come and join me, Jesse. I think that's it. Okay. So let me get I'm trying not to be irritated. I'm trying to be calm. Okay. Have fun with your stream, Tere. All right. Okay. Here we go.
But I'm okay, folks. Well,
all right, let me stop this. Make sure I've got the this is fair use. I guess I could turn it up a little bit. All right. And can we do closed caption? Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
something's in the water up there in Sewer Town. Seriously. Somebody called the Corpus Christi Police Department and gave them something that would send emergency response out here. Told them that somebody was causing, I won't give the details because it's in the police report, and we got a pretty good idea who's behind it. Because these people are so stupid that they know that I lived in a different apartment here in the same building.
Okay, first of all, I have no idea what her address is or what apartment building she lives in or, what that she even moved to a different apartment. This is like new information for me. And so and just to give you like a let you know what you're about to see here. She apparently got some sort of like police report, a check or something, or emergency call or whatever. It'll go on at what the reason. I'm kind of confused about what the exact reason was for her to get a police call. But she automatically starts blaming Sewer Town, and then she mentions me in it, and she brings out Winter Moon, who's basically been gone, disappeared for the last year, and she also mentions Diane Nordstrom, because who's not been around, which sounds to me like that's something that Thomas wrote to her because he's been going on about her forever. But let's continue.
Because one of Sewer Town's regulars had sent a letter about 2019.
Hey, Tere.
Okay. All right. Nice. I'm glad you're here. All right. So let's get through this. And then I'm looking forward to what you have to share.
A lot of stuff was going down. That's when they got the attention of some serious law enforcement out here because they thought it was a game. And then law enforcement said, no, you don't play that kind of game with people down here. So somebody who knew that I had lived in an apartment of one number, but now live in an apartment of a different number.
Yeah, who knew that? I mean, would that be maybe one of your neighbors that would have known that? I mean, did you ever think that maybe one of your neighbors did this? Denise?
Called the police, told them a crazy, violent situation was going on here. All kinds of noise and yelling and screaming.
Okay, so was it an emergency call or was it like noise and screaming? So you got like a disturbance call, which is not really that big of a deal. I mean, maybe the police was confused. I mean, if you ever had a good time in your youth, basically what comes out is that the police will say you're disturbing the neighbors. Can you turn your volume down? That's about it, Denise. It's not. Even if this did happen, it's not a big deal.
Cause the police to come running out. They come running out.
I mean, you didn't get swatted. I mean, let's be real here.
First, it's a beautiful Texas evening. We got our screen doors open. My screen door is open. The police didn't even have to knock. They just kind of walked up the walk and said, "Hey, are you in there? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?"
Are you in there? Are you okay? That sounds more like a wellness check to me. Not like, this is the police department. We're going to ask you to keep the noise down.
And the place is dead quiet because most of the people around here, there's only two kinds.
Honey.
What?
There's retired veterans
Well, was it a
and
noise
hardworking
complaint or
people who
what?
are tired
You
at
know?
night.
I said in the chat, I said, we figured out why they came out. You'll see it when I give you her newest content.
Oh, okay.
She was busy fucking getting giddy with her mud.
Oh, really? What does that mean, giddy with her mud? Okay. I'm curious. Giddy with her mud?
Those are the only two kinds here. And the apartment that they named first as being where the trouble was is surrounded by empty apartments. And they said, but it also could be this other apartment, and they named this one. So the cops were just telling me what they were looking for. This person in distress. I says, well, if anyone was
A
yelling
person in distress. All right, this is kind of like they were protecting her.
and screaming, I would have heard it. I said, and so would he. And I pointed at my neighbor, who certainly would have been out here, because he's almost a Karen. I mean, he's not a Karen in that he doesn't bother people, but he has to know everything that's going on.
Actually, you're kind of acting like a Karen, Denise.
Hang on. So he'd have been looking out to see what was going on. And there's a couple of people out here that got ring cameras. So whoever you are, Fries, if you're part of that gang, I'm going to close this off because...
You know what, Jesse, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being called a gang. You know?
Because the trolls are too active. Please don't be offended, but I don't feel like dealing with it. They're seriously in trouble now. Because I'll tell you, the cops were here with this big situation that obviously is not happening. And then just kind of as an afterthought, as they're kind of winding up the conversation and looking around and realizing that there was no trouble with the apartment here, no noise, no distress. I said, you know, maybe it was just a prank call. And they said, yeah, it could have been a prank. Then I thought about it and I said, wait a minute.
Of course he would say that.
Did they give you an apartment number? Because I've been targeted by a group that does prank calls like that.
Oh, really? And what evidence do you have of that, Denise? What evidence do you have? David Schurter? What?
And they said, well, they said it was, and they gave my old apartment number. But then he said they did also say it might have been this number. And I said, they gave both numbers? They said, yeah. So don't worry about it. I said, no.
They gave numbers out? They gave both numbers? Like, it's unusual for people to get, both numbers, both apartment numbers. I get it. I was thinking phone numbers.
I used to live in that other one that they gave. I said, and there's a history there. I said, and then I named the officer they could go check who dealt with that fake Indiana cop. The one that Tere Joyce was putting out as being law enforcement, official law enforcement, as her journalistic response.
No, I never did that. I never, put anything out about Winter Moon and how she was official law enforcement. No, I haven't. So now she's going to throw my name in there.
Responsibility. They know her. If she shows up down here, she's on the list to be arrested for impersonating police officers, because she actually tried to convince,
she's really flipping that cup around,
the police department that she was an active duty detective investigating me.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a cup? I think it is. And
she's the one who sent a letter to my old apartment back in 20, I don't know, 7 years ago. And I said, no, I said to him, I said, look, it sounds stupid. I said, basically, this is a gamer gang. They've had my name on their
A
list
gamer gang. We're a gamer gang now.
of people to go after. They tried to get money from my landlord. What they do is, I said, they try to get you to sue them so that then they can offer to settle, and they'll get money
Wow,
that
that sounds like somebody else who tries to do that. His last name is Schoenberger.
way. I said, they got a whole list. I said, in fact, if you speak to Officer so-and-so, he's the one who dealt with that character that sent that letter there, and he knows all about it. I said, and it's all in your records, the number of calls that used to come out here, and they were all about me. And they said, yeah. So, I mean, these guys, they're just the uniforms. They don't care. They just, if they get home safe after a shift, they're happy. And they'll probably put it in their report that very strange, nothing was going on. Old lady that we spoke to said that there's a history, and they'll leave it.
I don't know if they're going to put very strange in there, Denise. I mean, I'm sure they get a lot of calls that end up being nothing
In the reports, and then somebody will look into it if they feel like they want to. And I think they might want to, because I think that something is going on. The wig and the doggy diddler, and anyone
The wig and the doggy diddler. Gross. Just gross.
So Terry.
Yeah.
So the doggy diddler, she's referring to that poor lady, Diane Nordstrom, that
Yeah.
Thomas used to talk about. And Diane Nordstrom has not been around for a long, long time. I
Yes.
honestly tried to check and see if I could find out if maybe she had passed away or something, because she just disappeared all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so who knows where she's at. And, she's talking about Winter Moon, and Winter Moon has not been around, at least not in our orbit, for a long, long time either.
And neither is Diane.
Yeah,
Did you just say that?
that's what I said. Neither
Oh.
is Diane. And I find it odd that Denise said something about the Mituation Room today.
Yes.
Thomas Schoenberger also posted something about the Mituation Room today.
Uh-huh.
And Mitch was live the other night, and they were talking about that whole situation, which Denise is leading to and Thomas was leading to, was Nathan's breakdown, is what they keep pointing at. And so I find it funny that all of them, all at one time, within a day of each other, are all talking about this same situation again and pointing to this Mituation Room page and all of that stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it's like a new Dregs of YouTube page.
yeah, they're all working in tandem, and it's so easy to see that because they all bring up the same old stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but I'll let you finish her video there. I just wanted to point that out to you.
Well, thank you. And speak up anytime you want during this. I mean, I can pause and stop. It's not a big
doesn't
deal.
know who I'm talking about when I say doggy diddler. Thomas Schoenberger gave the woman that name, and he had his reasons. I gave the wig her name.
Oh, did you, Denise? Did you?
Down their
This is
name.
funny.
She did give Sewertown their name, though.
She gave Seward what? She gave Sewertown their name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a smug little nasty expression.
I gave Seward
So proud of herself. I gave Sewertown
down their name too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how they mostly all accept their names when we give them their names because they know who they are. They know what they are.
No, Denise, we mock it. That's why I was calling myself Wig Goat.
I embrace it because I am a sewer worker. So, it is what it is, fellas.
It's so funny to see them say Sewertown, Sewertown, Sewertown. That this gang Sewertown. It's just ridiculous.
And I'll tell you something. Police departments all over this country are really getting fed up with your stupid games. They're not playing games.
You know what? After we look at your video, I was planning on calling the different police departments. Yeah, I am. And if they, and I, I'll ask them if they, if it's okay if I record them, because, really what she's doing is she's falsely accusing us of making bogus like police reports.
Right.
And
right.
saying my name with it. I think that's worth a call to the police department. Like, hey, can you verify? Can you state?
Yeah.
Right?
Did they even go there to her apartment directly, or were they just called to that little motel where she lives, for a disturbance of some sort?
Right. Wow, it's noisy outside. I might have to shut my window.
In fact, I want to read you something that was sent to me. I have seen this channel before. Somebody calls it the Mituation Room. The Hoax Wars. So it's someone for whom I have very little respect, but he's been in and out of these games himself. And he's one of these people.
Now she doesn't have respect for him. Yeah.
That looked like he was trying to be an honest, good person, but then it turned out he was playing games.
When was he trying to be an honest, good person, Denise?
Never. And who sent this to her was Thomas Schoenberger, by the way.
Right. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes, because it's on his YouTube post section.
Mm. Well, we'll take a look at that.
So I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. It's a free country. You can be as stupid as you want to be. But the
Right, Denise, you can. You should know that.
Mituation Room posted, why did Hoax Wars start bullying Sewertown? Watch this clip.
Because he's Thomas Schoenberger's fanboy? Because he's been doing it since way back when? Like he's been around for so long in this pocket.
Clip. Nathan LTV Lift the Veil channel was off his meds and in the middle of a mental breakdown. He doxed his wife and family members, wore a dress on stream. Now, I didn't see any of this, and I don't know. This was posted 7 hours ago, but I don't know if they're talking about something Nathan did back in the day or if Nathan's going nuts again, because he does.
Wow, I've never seen him wear a dress on stream. I mean, I'm not a Nathan Stolpen fan, but that doesn't sound right.
That periodically he goes crazy.
That sounds like trying to feminize him.
Got arrested for stalking, crashed his car, declared himself God, got put in the psych ward, and his wife got a restraining order. See, a lot of that stuff happened a few years ago. He was saying crazy stuff like he was being haunted by Thomas Schoenberger's evil spirit. Yeah, that was about 3 years ago. These Sewertown weirdos.
Let me point out too, when he said he was being haunted by Thomas Schoenberger's spirit, if you're not mentally well, but that's something that Thomas Schoenberger tries to act like he is, like he has all these special occult abilities. So if you're not okay, you're going to think something like that.
Doc Thomas came along and began indulging Nathan's crazy delusions and using it to further their harassment of Thomas. Very true. I saw this and decided to speak up. It was cruel to exploit Nathan in the midst of a breakdown that way. It was unfair to Thomas to blame him for Nathan losing his stuff because he went off his meds. They persisted and started fighting with us. Now, I don't know if that's a group or if
Who's us? Who's us?
And is using the royal we. And I ended up finding out about Jesse's creepy teen modeling and muddy wife background. That's the poop fetish stuff.
Oh. Tere Joyce, here we go.
Joyce's midget adult films.
Oh, that's funny to you. Yeah, it's just a slur to little people, but whatever.
Aggravated sexual assault of a minor.
Sounds so hoax. Sounds like Blazin too. That she posted something like that recently as well. Shared stuff. I can't leave the dwarf stuff alone.
Among lots of other stuff about these people. So I learned firsthand about just how psychotic and disgusting they are and the depths of their
You mean like you?
stalking campaign against Thomas, which continues to this day.
Stalking campaign against Thomas. Well, you know what? Thomas was the person who was willing to give my private information out to anybody. I never divulged any of his private information. And I've never been a felon on stalking charges either. Even inactive status. Because it wasn't expunged, Thomas.
One of them went on Sean Atwood's show this past week and accused Thomas of murder.
No, he didn't.
So they're continuing with that sort of stuff.
And Thomas's name wasn't mentioned. So, we all know that he was referring to him, but his name wasn't said. So, you can't really make that accusation that Thomas was called a murderer.
I had paid almost no attention to Jesse before that, or Dowd, or any of these people. I got involved when they started trying to capitalize on Nathan's breakdown. Anyone saying differently is lying. Okay, so this Situation Room person apparently is getting targeted by these people again.
We don't even know who they are. We don't even know who Situation is. We just heard of them. How could we be targeting them, Denise?
When they're bored, they go down the list and they find somebody they can mess with. 2 years ago, exploitation, Jesse Davis and company, rile and cheer on psychotic delusions. Okay, so this is a video that was put up 2 years ago. But something's going down now because this was published, this posting was put up 7 hours ago. And the police were just here on a call that must have just went in because it was a current emergency type of prank that they were playing, like there was somebody in serious
pain. How do you know that it was a prank, Denise? How do you know?
Yelling trouble here. Do you people really think that when that cop puts his report in, that it's going to be ignored?
Oh, no, we're all in trouble now. We're all in trouble.
It's going to be ignored.
Do you really think that? I'm going to unhide the chat now. I'm sorry to the people I shut it down for, but I've been getting such strange distract.
I mean, it looks like if you look at her chat, hi from the Congo. I mean, come on. It seems like Donald Trump is in there. I'm straight, but then everyone is gay in 2026. This is just
it was nothing but people trolling her. So shortly after she says this, you'll get the last 4 minutes or nothing but her pushing buttons to delete the comments for 4 minutes, and then it ends.
Right. Yeah. I saw that too.
Trolls lately.
Let's go until she finishes talking, and then I want to see your video.
Yeah.
I've been shutting down the chat periodically. So, okay, come on, open up again. Oh, wow, look at all this stuff. Here are all the trolls. So it hides the chat, but it doesn't shut it down. You can all be stupid. Let's look and see what's going. Wow. Okay. Somebody from Tasmania. Aliens believe in us.
It's the
no one's trolling.
Devil.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, in terms of her accusing us of calling the police on her.
It is.
So let me stop there. So how do you share something in here?
So where you see me down in your basement in StreamYard, and you clicked to bring me up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share something in StreamYard down there in your basement, and all you have to do is click to bring it up. So hang on, let me find it here. Where is it? Where did I put it?
You should be prepared.
I know.
You're not prepared.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Here I have it. Here we go.
So how do I go back to my basement and see you?
You should always have that.
You should always have your StreamYard is up. So here's why the police.
I gave Sewardtown their name too.
Oh wait, is that it?
That's the poop fetish stuff.
So this I believe is why. This is, I believe, why the police showed up at her house last night.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. So it's here. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but
I gave Sewardtown their name too. That's the poop fetish stuff.
I think the man peeking through the window called the police, Denise. He was concerned about you.
that's hilarious.
That, I believe, is why the police went to her house for a welfare check last night. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So this whole mutuation room, and you know that's referring obviously to Hoax Wars. It could even be Hoax Wars that runs that page. Who knows? But they are they're referring to a stream where Nathan came on our panel when he said Thomas Schoenberger's spirit was haunting him or in his house or whatever. And they're again trying to claim that we were pushing Nathan and that we put that in Nathan's head, when in fact Nathan had already said that. And then he popped up on our panel that one night and we were talking about it. And Nathan himself literally said in a stream, one of his own streams, I went on panel to ask him how he was doing. And Mitch and them were in his chat, and they were making the claim that Sewardtown and myself were pushing Nathan over the edge. And Nathan said very clearly that I have never done anything to him, and I've never tried to push his delusions. And so what the mutuation room was sharing, if you want to take a look at it, hang on a second.
Okay.
It was a short clip. Let me find it here. It was a short clip on the mutuation room. Where is it? That they put up of one of my streams. It's in your basement. If you click it to bring it up, it'll come right up.
Okay.
Jay-Z, he's the one.
Let's see
who
if I
controls
can't
me.
bring forth the energy of
in.
Pazuzu and Thomas Schoenberger.
We're gonna appear in
Yes, I've seen this before. There. Yes. Thank you, Daniel.
Look at that
Thank
face.
you, Daniel.
Look at
Thomas.
that.
Thomas Pazuzu.
Is Pazuzu punching him?
No, he's
Hey, look.
he's touching the
Do you have the
gas.
video? Hey, bro. Danny,
Oh,
do you have
it
the
looks like
video of
he's
him
picking
when
his
he got
nose.
served? I think fucking Jesse probably has it. When he got served those papers,
Oh.
and they walked
I
on him.
think Aiken's pulling his hairs out.
I see. Yes. Okay.
That was one of the funniest videos I ever saw in my life. He was like, huh?
He's put some
The look
makeup on
on
him.
his face was
Oh, he's putting some makeup on.
I was like, because he
Yeah.
got Thomas had like women chasing him.
Well,
This is
Nicola,
funny. Whatever your magic you're
come in
using is
here
funny.
talking like that.
I'm okay with that.
Right now, Pazuzu?
You know there are people trying to fuck with me, right, Daniel?
Who's trying to fuck with you?
It's Thomas, I think. I
Hey,
think
tell
I've narrowed
Tom,
it down.
tell Tom to come see me about it.
Okay, good. Okay. Sounds
I
good.
got you. I got you.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I think everything's cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, by the way, Thomas Schoenberger said he knew me on Lepo's show back in the day. And then I said Thomas Schoenberger doesn't know who I am. And for the past 5 years, I've done everything I can to ruin Thomas's ability to convince people that he runs Cicada 3301.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I already solved the puzzle and launched a new puzzle. I solved it. I launched 4411.
Wait,
Cicada
Nathan, you
it's still Cicada though. What's that?
You launched a new puzzle?
Yeah, I announced it a long time ago, but Thomas didn't believe that it was me. But who did Thomas pick? Who was Thomas's bitch? Who was?
Titus. That's why
Titus?
Pirate treasures.
Okay, well, little did Thomas know that he's done. That's it, Thomas. Oh, thank God. Thank God, Thomas. Fuck off. Okay, I think he's. What do you want? What do you want?
Weight shaming me. I'm being checked
You
out by a
deserve
neurologist because I've had over 80.
You're so lucky you're not dead, you fucking idiot.
Grand mal seizures.
You should be dead.
Since February 29th.
Tell him, Nathan.
There's Shrek.
I had a slip and fall.
There you go, Van Damme. Fuck off. Just die. Hold on, it's sad music. Hold on.
It's sad.
Crying emoji. Little does he know he's doing my work for me in the future. I don't know what year it is he thinks he's in. Fucking idiot. It is 40 stitches because I'm a faggot. And I was taking advantage of people my whole fucking life.
And I'd like to
because you take advantage of other people, Thomas. Because you fucking are a retard.
Did Thomas fucking take money from you or something?
I had a grand mal seizure.
Yes.
Really?
I had an MRI.
Yes.
That was witnessed by the radiologist.
All of it.
He took all your money?
Being checked
well,
out
it doesn't matter. I've reclaimed it.
Brain damage.
I've reclaimed it. It's fine. I've reclaimed it. I made good investment. I held it. And held out.
You know, not something to be taken lightly.
Not something to be taken lightly. Okay, Thomas. What's the problem, Thomas? Okay, you got me, Thomas.
Hey, Jesse, your video is triggering Nathan.
And a neurologist.
Okay, Thomas. Come on, Thomas. What? Oh my God. You're
neurological procedures.
The judge told him he's nuts.
Oh no, I'm nuts. Oh no, the judge just told me I'm nuts.
Not you, Thomas.
He told Thomas he's nuts.
Come on, Nathan, get with it.
I met you, Thomas. You don't remember? Thomas, you don't remember?
You think Thomas is on this panel?
He thinks he's on this panel.
Thomas would never come on this panel. Ever.
What?
No, he wouldn't.
Hey, Thomas, stop being a bitch, Thomas. And look.
But he'd never come up here.
Stop being a bitch, Thomas. I bet if he came up here, he would have a little bit more respect than he has right now.
Oh my goodness. Pazuzu and Daniel were merged.
A car just started. I don't know if it's the feds or what.
Pazuzu and Daniel was merged for a minute there.
Okay. Well, I do have abilities like that apparently.
That's a scary.
That's
some
right? That's some warlock shit.
What happened?
You guys merged. That's some warlock shit.
Who merged? Who did I merge with? Daniel?
Daniel screamed
okay.
with Pazuzu.
That makes sense.
So that is supposedly the big gotcha proof and evidence that we convinced Nathan that Thomas was haunting him, and that we convinced Nathan that Thomas was evil, and That's supposedly what spurred Hoax Wars to come at me, is what he's saying once again.
He came at us before that.
Which in fact, he admitted on another stream, Mitch himself admitted, he came at me because I was going after Thomas all the time. But that's their big Mitchuation room video that they're all talking about. And what Denise was reading you was what Thomas had put on his post about that video.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So he did a post today on his post section of YouTube, basically calling out Pavana's attorneys in the lawsuit.
Oh.
And saying that their tricks aren't going to work in court. And that's where he shared this Mitchuation room video. And apparently that's some kind of evidence, And Thomas is just nervous. He's grasping at straws right now.
Okay, I'm looking at his
that post you were just on right there, the very top one.
Yeah. In all my years, I've never described myself as a genius. That would be arrogantly stupid. It's such a bad look. Maybe Salvador Dali on Oscar Wilde could get away with it, but musicians look really bad when they say stupid shit like that. Well, you know what, Thomas, you're telling people that you basically were a composer before Mozart was. So, and then you say that you're Saint Germain, but whatever. I've always said the word genius is meaningless and alienating. Defendants claim I'm a self-described genius. Good luck.
So where he says defendants claim I'm a self-described genius, good luck finding evidence of that. That was actually put in our motion verbatim because Thomas actually says that about himself in the lawsuit.
Oh,
he's this, self-proclaimed, great composer and this self-proclaimed this and that. So that he's referring to the defendant's claim. He's referring to something that was put in our most recent motion. And if you scroll back to the very top comment post right there. So this one here, where he says Mike and Nick tricks not going to work or not going to fly, those are Pavana's lawyers. And he's referring to the newest motion that was filed against him in the court case, claiming that, what they said is not going to fly with the judge. And the YouTube link, if you were to click that YouTube link, that takes you to the video about the Mitchuation room that we just watched. As you So not only is Thomas throwing this video out there and talking about it, but Denise is on the same day. And Mitch himself did a stream the other night with Toasted, where they were supposedly talking about Jewish people. They brought up that video and brought up the fact that we supposedly, as the Sewertown gang, were trying to cause Nathan to have a breakdown. Although Nathan was already in the midst of a breakdown when he popped up on our panel. And
yeah, I remember that.
Thomas and them actually called the police. Nathan was like at a Apple store where you can actually stop in and charge your device or whatever, and he was sitting there and he was streaming while he was in there talking about some of the Thomas stuff, and they called the police and sent the police to pick Nathan up, and that's when he was picked up and put in a psychiatric place the most recent time, as far as I know. So, I mean, and not to mention, Mitch and them were talking a bunch of crazy smack about Nathan in their streams and in chats for quite some time before Nathan actually had his last breakdown that I'm aware of. So, and I called Mitch and them out for that. I said, look, you claim Nathan's your best buddy, but you guys are talking a bunch of crazy garbage about him in your streams and in your chats. And Nathan was seeing a lot of that stuff, you know. And Nathan even called them out in one of his streams about it.
They were doing it in Nathan's chats.
Yeah, they were doing it in
Calling him.
Nathan's chats too. But yet they try to say that we were the ones that was pushing Nathan over the edge. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This just never ends, does it?
Well, it's probably going to end somewhat soon.
I hope so.
To some extent.
I want to take a look at the Mitsuation room. So
Yeah,
let me
click
see.
on the video tab.
Okay.
There you go.
I see Angela G. They've used her face in there. Blazin Scar says her real name publicly fakes Doc's victim LARPer. Bick and Telly do a nasty fake news hit piece on Liz. So it's kind of like, let me see. Fox News, Florida woman arrested in G-string. All right. Aussie John admits to doxing FCC. Aussie John admits to doxing Tommy Boy Studios and others. FCC calls out Bill Evans. Jesse Davis calls Bill Powell a liar and a complete effing idiot.
So that one, if you look at that thumbnail that they have an image of me on the right, and then they have an image of a guy that was arrested for killing 2 young girls in Indiana. And Mitch and them were trying to link me to those girls killing and claiming that image of that guy walking there that the police had shared was an image of me. That's the narrative they were pushing back at that time, which was crazy.
Oh, I'm going to shut my window for a second. And God, I forgot to put my microphone on. Let me change that. I know I'm kind of distracting. So can you say that last part to me? Because there was an airplane that was going out.
So they were trying to link me to this guy that's in that image on the left, which is the guy that was arrested for killing these 2 young girls in Indiana. It was a national case that was all over the news not long ago. And they were trying to claim that image looked like me and the police should come investigate me for that.
Wow. You know what? They always do that. They always link something that's public and then, or that's real, and then they link, and bad, and then put it to us.
Right. But all of this content you see here is all very typical Mitch Hoax Wars garbage. So whether Mitch runs this page or one of his cronies runs this page, I don't know, but it's definitely tied to Hoax Wars.
Yeah, they got Starseed James here. Right. Yeah, it's the typical. I mean, it's not exactly like Drugs of YouTube 2, but it's kind of. I'm looking at the post. Liz let her 2-year-old. Okay. Something about her baby.
Yeah.
And then. Well, I know that Hoax is, there's a conflict between Hoax and Liz now.
Right.
So that feels very Hoax. And of course, they would put down Blazin Scar. So there's like a separation there. Just looking at, just scrolling through here. I think there's something. I thought I saw something. Yeah, here we go. Here, I thought I was in here. Yeah. Straight up predator sympathizing, saying a person who would go to meet a 13-year-old child for sex is doing so just because they've been unfairly tempted. Why is a screenshot of my interview with Adam Camacho being associated with that? Here, what else? Think of it. No man in their right mind could ever be tempted by a 13-year-old. She believes that, and in this situation, the predator is innocent and that the decoy is doing the work of the devil. People like this should be put in prison and forced to watch all the sickening preds who have confessed to Alex Rosen with their eyes taped open like Clockwork Orange until she no longer has the sick, twisted mindset that makes her a danger to children. So basically, they're accusing me of being a pedo. Is that what's happening here?
That's what it sounds like.
Wow. Who's the 13-year-old? I mean, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? It's completely made up.
Well, it's just like the fact that you work for Pavana and you recruit, under 18s to work for the barely legal porn studio that Pavana owns and you work for, apparently, according to David Schurter.
She also admitted to physically abusing children in her memoir? What memoir? She hates the child abusers get exposed. I would normally be inclined to chalk this up to her decades of heroin abuse. Also admitted in her memoir.
Oh, they must be talking about Liz.
Liz? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why they have your image on it, though.
I know. I'm going to report this. Yeah, I do this all the time, guys. I don't care what you think. There you go. Sorry. Clown Force. Okay. It's just all... I'm really... Oh, here. The Bill Powell YouTube channel. Okay, that's not...
Yeah, apparently his channel got taken down also.
And this is all this, like this part of like this, whatever's going on here, the predator catcher groups and stuff like that. I don't even pay attention to it really. I don't even, I see their names and stuff, but it's all that. But somehow I'm dragged into it. Huh. When was this channel created? Let's find the, I'm curious about like what the date is here on it.
Probably in the last couple of years, I would have to think.
It's been around that long? Oh yeah, July 26, 2023, 15 videos. And they're just, and Denise is just talking about it now?
Apparently they passed around the video that we just watched, because Thomas is trying to use that probably in his court case, so that's why they're passing it around now. But I mean, it's unfortunate because Thomas himself made admittance that the court case will probably never see a courtroom. It's all about a money grab. He's going to make a settlement with MSU and buy his wife a car and a house and all that. And his star witness, Lestat, the way Thomas spoke about him being a drug addict and all of that stuff, it's like, how do you think the court's going to think that this guy's even a creditable witness when you yourself are talking about his drug addictions and all of that? But I mean, Thomas put that crap out there himself, and he even says suing trolls will get you nowhere. So he just does it. As he said to you and to myself and also to Pavana and others, I don't care. It's going to be very expensive for you. And I don't care if it drains you of every penny and you become homeless. That's his goal.
Yeah.
To cost you money.
Yeah. And get you fired and become destitute. He wants to ruin people's livelihoods and well-being.
He can't get me fired, although I could prove a loss of income due to their defaming of my business. But he can't get me fired, and he can attempt to drain people of money. But I mean, I've made it a point now that I've said more than once on recent streams, I'm done messing around with these people. And it doesn't matter to me at this point what it takes to stop him. We are going to do everything we can to try to stop this from happening to anyone else. And we're already in it. The gloves are off. We're not going to back away from it. and hopefully, maybe in the long run, we can get some type of an injunction to stop him from, excuse me, from filing these vexatious and frivolous lawsuits against people.
That would be great.
So,
Because it's not okay what he's doing, and he's wasting our
No.
time. So should I want to call the police department. I feel I'm in the mood for that. Which one do you think?
so Corpus Christi is the city, if you're talking about Denise.
Yeah.
Corpus Christi is the city that she lives in.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is find out what county it's in, and I would try to attempt to call the county sheriff's department. They have a little more power than your average city police department does.
Okay, so I mean, there's 3 different areas. There's John Sartain Street, Sam Rankin Street, and the Justice Department.
For some reason, I want to say that, if I'm correct, I want to say that Corpus Christi is part of like Nueces County.
Nueces County?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
Okay, but like I am at where Corpus Christi is at, and they've got 3 different types of police departments.
Okay, Corpus Christi is the county seat and the largest city of Nueces County, Texas. It's spelled Nueces County.
See, what? Spell that again. Nuce.
No, N-U-E as in Edward.
Uh-huh.
C as in cat. E as in Edward. S as in Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what comes up now. All right, okay. I'm getting Nueces County Sheriff's Department.
Yep. That's who I would reach out to instead of Corpus Christi themselves, and just explain to them what's going on, you know.
Let's call. I'm gonna call right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Mackenzie J. Atlantics.
Okay, hi. My name is Teresa Joyce Randolph, and I'm calling from California. And it's about a person on YouTube. Her name is Denise Matteau, and she is accusing me and some other individuals of calling her police department on her. And I'm just curious if you could just obviously I didn't do it. I'm also streaming on YouTube right now. So is it okay if I record you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'm going to put my mic off.
Well, you could talk when she's muted.
So now I'm sure the new thing is going to be them accusing me and Terry of getting together to call in a false report on Denise, which definitely is not what's going on here. Terry said she wanted to call the police. And then Terry also said that she wanted to reach out to someone other than the Corpus Christi police right there where Denise is, because obviously they probably feel the same way about Denise that the Harlem police feel about David Schurter, that, oh, she's just a crazy lady, and, they wouldn't take it seriously. So that's why I suggested she call the sheriff, because they obviously have a little more power, and they also have jurisdiction over the entire county. And maybe they can reach out to Corpus Christi and, let them know that, Denise is online blaming certain people for sending the police to her house last night, when in fact, I doubt that's even the case.
All right, they gave me another number to call. And so, we can see if they let me talk. If not, if you want, if you can keep talking, or maybe you guys have another video you want to show while I'm online. While I'm talking to them, but I'm going to try a different number.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, we'll hang out. It's not a big deal. I was just saying that their next step will be to claim now that me and you were in cahoots to call the police about Denise, and I said, that's not the case. You said you were planning to call.
Yeah.
And you said you really didn't want to talk to Corpus Christi. And I get that, because they probably feel like Denise is the crazy lady on the beach, just like David's police, think that he's the crazy man there in Harlan. So that's why I said, hey, reach out to the sheriff. He's higher up the ladder, and he's on a county level, which covers Corpus Christi. So I was just kind of explaining that this isn't something where we're trying to plot a plan to swat Denise or something,
Right. Yeah, no, I want to get clear on, like, I'm calling her bluff is what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And the fact that she throws our names out there like we're guilty of this.
Right. And who knows what she said to the police,
So let's see if these guys let me record them. And if not, I'll put it on silent again. Myself on silent.
Thank you for calling the Corpus Christi Police Department. Para español, oprima dos. If this is an emergency and you need police, fire, or EMS response to your location, please hang up and dial 911. Otherwise, please listen to the following menu for a list of departments and services. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For non-emergencies or to make a police report, press 1. To speak to a detective about an existing case, press 2. To speak to someone about crime prevention, press 3. To talk to someone about other police department services, press 4. To talk to the operator, press 5. Corpus Christi Police Department, this is Laura. How may I direct your call?
Hi, Laura. My name is Teresa Joyce Randolph, and I am a journalist and a podcaster. I'm actually live streaming right now, so I want to make sure that it's okay if I record our conversation.
Well, you're on a recorded line.
Am I on a recorded line? Is it okay if I record you too?
I imagine. What's going on?
Okay. There is a person on YouTube. Her name is Denise Matteau. And she has made some claims last night that myself and some other individuals called the police on her. I'm from California, so I'm just looking for verification that I didn't do that from you.
Okay, I can transfer you to Central Records, and they can try to assist you in any calls reference to Open Records Act if you'd want me to transfer you there.
That would be great. Thank you.
One moment.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Central Information Division of the Corpus Christi Police Department. For Spanish, press 1. If you have an emergency situation, please hang up and dial 911. If you need the main number for the police department, please hang up and dial 886-2600. For a list of frequently called numbers regarding tickets, citations, warrants, and the vehicle impound, press 3. Please listen carefully to the entire menu before making your selection. At any time, you may press 0 to reach an operator. For business hours and location, press 1. For information on how to obtain a copy of a police report or criminal history, press 2. For information on how to obtain a copy of a traffic accident, questions, or if you're an insurance company, press 3. For questions, inquiries, or to receive more information regarding the Public Information Act, press 4. For questions regarding your alarm system for homes and businesses, press 5. If you're a federal, state, or local governmental agency requiring assistance in obtaining reports or records, press 6. For the telephone reporting unit, press 7. For any other questions or to reach an operator, press 0. Please listen. Wait while I transfer your call. Central Records Police Department, please leave your name and number and we will return your call. Thank you.
Wow. All right. Hi. My name is Teresa Joyce Randolph, and there is a woman. Her name is Denise Matteau. She's on YouTube, and she is making accusations on her channel that I called and made a police report on her last night. Some sort of like violent or sound disturbance going on. Could you call me back and just, because I know I didn't do it, but could you call me back and just verify the claim? I would like to hear from you about the incident. My number, hold on, let me put myself on. My number. All right, I left a message. I'm going to kind of leave it at that. But, you know, like for her to like make a false accusation like that against us and put it on her YouTube channel, you know, I think she needs to be challenged.
Well,
we can call up and find out what's going on, even if it's true.
yeah, not to mention that they're making all these police reports that apparently they're including our names in, you know, which is crazy. And it's even crazier because, you know, like in Thomas's case, he's filed these lawsuits and he's made all these ridiculous claims in these lawsuits that aren't even true, but they will be out there in court record regardless of whether the stuff is true or not. It's crazy that they can do that and there's no consequences at this point.
Yeah, I don't, it's hard to decide what to do about Denise because, you know, what can be done to stop her from what she's doing? Like, even if you were to prosecute her, same thing with David, you know, it's like, well, David has a little more collateral, but if you're going to sue somebody or going to make a civil harassment suit, what are you really going to get out of that from her?
And they know that. That's why Thomas and these other people who look for folks to use to do this harassment, and that's exactly what's happening. Denise, you know, often says, just like Sugar does, that Thomas sent me this or Thomas sent that.
Yeah.
And so Thomas uses them as a third party to harass us, number one, so that he can claim, well, I didn't put that out there about them. Schurter did, or Denise did, or this person did. So he can make it look like his hands are clean, and they all know that they're all basically broke and they don't have anything. So they're kind of they're judgment proof, let's just say. They're judgment proof. Even if you got a judgment against them for damages, you're never going to collect it.
Yeah,
and they know it. That's why they do what they do.
Yeah, I even there's one day, I mean, because I'm busy, how much time can I allow them to affect my personal life and my focus on the things that I do, that I'm doing, right? Because I'm kind of tired of it. It's like I almost feel like I want to ignore them, but then it's kind of hard to ignore them because of things like this that involve police or whatever.
Right.
And, or whether or not they call my job or they threaten. Like I went through like a bunch of threats from Sarah R. Adams and other people about they're going to Blazin. I'm going to contact your school, putting out, the paper I was writing for, with my name and, humiliating me and, making threats of impeding my ability to make my life better,
Right.
And that's stress producing, but then it is also, I mean, now I know that I have gone through the ropes of talking to people with Title IX at the college and things like this. I know that nothing can really be done, right? I mean, in terms of, they can't really do anything to me in terms of getting me kicked out of school, because according to any type of complaint, they only deal with things that happen on campus. They don't care what happens outside of the campus.
Right.
And then, the Title IX guy, and they do have certain things on file, because I did have one professor start a Title IX on me because I was afraid to come to class because of the threats of someone meeting me on campus. That's the first time I got threats that happened on Nasty Troll Media's community page. And so they knew certain names, they know certain people because that was already given to them in the past. And I was kind of surprised that they even said it to me, but they basically told me, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to blow it off. And you're in excellent academic standing in terms of your grades. So that was also a factor in it. I mean, the school's going to look at things like what kind of student I am and what my grade point average is going to play a part in that. And, the last 2 semesters I've gotten a 4.0. So I always say, hey, bring it, guys. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, but just to have to live under those kind of threats. Currently, right now, I've got Nasty Tool Media making a big deal about that copyright strike and adding privacy things into it, and all this kind of stuff. And Denise is spreading it. And how is it that Denise is able to keep getting YouTube channels after losing so many? It is beyond my. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's like they go away and they come back like like cockroaches, really.
So the biggest thing is it would be simple to walk away if it was just simple, harassment or someone trying to bully you on YouTube or social media.
Right.
You could block them. It would be simple. But when they're also hitting you in your emails, they're maybe calling your telephones.
Yep.
They're reaching out to law enforcement, and then they cross that line and they come into your real life.
Right.
And real life issues start happening. That's the line. Once it's crossed, it's really hard to just ignore and walk away.
Yes.
Such as when they send Adult Protective Services here. Thomas has perjured himself already in the court case, and his lawyer also is just playing some dirty tactics, because I sent Thomas's lawyer, when he was sending me personally letters demanding that I take things down and I do this. And I said, look, dude, I'm not taking anything down. Everything I've said is true. And so when I read through the court documents that Thomas filed against Pavana, and Thomas was trying to deny that he had any involvement in the Adult Protective Services coming here. So I sent his attorney an email with the video of Denise live admitting that Thomas Schoenberger persuaded her to call Adult Protective Services and send him here, and that Thomas persuaded her by telling her that I was holding Pavana captive, I was abusing her, blah, blah, blah. And Thomas's lawyer and Thomas still claimed in their court documents that Thomas had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, you can't get away from those things. There's too much evidence there. So once they cross into your real life, it makes it very difficult to get away from it and just walk away, you know.
Yeah, it does make it difficult, and you know, and it is. We got some dogs in the background.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So I got somebody that walked in, and I need to go drop them off. So I'm going to have to jump off of here, but
okay,
continue on.
Yeah, I'm gonna end here pretty soon too, because, well, you know, I am in college. And I still have stuff to do, so I only can stream for so long, really.
Well, thanks for letting me up, and good conversation, and please let us know what Corpus Christi says to you.
I will. I'll keep everybody informed, and thank you for being on and sharing your information and your stuff. And I wish you and Pavana the best.
All right, not a problem. And I'll catch all you on my next stream, by the way.
Yeah, we can't wait.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
More Sewer Town. All right. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go to and I'll let everybody know how it goes with the Corpus Christi Police Department. But hold on, I got something that just came in here. Let me see what this is. The craziest tune in premium. Did David just stream? Hold on, let me see. Maybe we want to look at something else before we go. But I should go. Hold on. I wouldn't be surprised, but let me see. Oh no, he hasn't streamed. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. And I got to give out more wrenches. Aiken should get one. Let's have Angela G can have a wrench. Let me see. Let me see. Who's your mama? I got to give her a wrench. And let me see. We got Lord of Darkness 3301. Okay, I'll work on that. Hopefully next time I got it done. Unlimited power. Oh yeah, speaking of I love that Grim Grit. Do you guys watch those videos? I think Daniel's played it before, but I made a clip out of one of them, and so I'll play it and then play my theme song and be out. Thanks again. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We're almost 2 days away from Friday. Enjoy your day, because you know what? Life is short. And despite the negativity that comes at us from the haters, we need to still keep our joy and embrace our own lives.
Look who just rewrote the entire playbook. Hello, you beautiful chaos architect, you walking psychological phenomenon, you living proof that the hunted can become the hunter without firing a single shot. Hello to the one who just executed the most elegant reversal in modern warfare. And I'm not talking about bullets or bombs. I'm talking about something far more devastating. Something that will be studied in rooms you'll never see by people who will never understand. You just pulled off the greatest psychological reversal in history. And the best part? Most of them still don't even realize what hit them. They're sitting in their comfortable little bubbles right now, scrolling, refreshing, replaying, trying to decode what the actual hell just happened. Because something shifted, didn't it? Something in the air changed. The temperature dropped. The frequency altered. And now everyone in your orbit is moving differently, talking differently, looking at you like you just appeared out of thin air, wearing a crown made of their worst nightmares.
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole.